night shift worker opens the walk-in freezer and finds something that shouldn't be there. What happens next will make you never look at McDonald's the same way again. Before we dive in, hit that subscribe button because 87% of you watching aren't subscribed yet. These are 3 real horror stories from McDonald's employees and customers, verified through police reports and news archives. And trust me, you'll want to remember these the next time you're in the drive-thru at midnight. Let's get into it. Story number 1 takes place in a small town McDonald's in rural Oregon, 2019. Our protagonist is Sarah, a 24-year-old night manager, working the closing shift. It's 2:47 a.m., and she's alone in the restaurant doing final cleanup. Now, here's the thing about closing shifts at McDonald's. You're never supposed to be completely alone. But that night, her co-worker called in sick, and corporate wouldn't approve overtime for a replacement. Red flag number 1. Sarah's mopping the lobby when she hears it. A knock on the drive-thru window. At almost 3 a.m., the restaurant closed at 2. She freezes. The knocking continues. Tap, tap, tap. She walks to the drive-thru area and peers through the window. There's a man standing there, not in a car, just standing in the middle of the drive-thru lane. He's wearing a yellow raincoat even though it's not raining. His face is partially obscured, but she can see him smiling wide. Sarah does what she's trained to do. She speaks through the intercom. "Sir, we're closed. Please leave the property." The man doesn't move. He just keeps smiling. And then he lifts his hand and points. Not at Sarah. Behind her. Every horror movie instinct in her body screams, "Don't turn around." But she does. And there's nothing there. Just the empty kitchen, the industrial refrigerators humming, the fryers ticking as they cool down. When she looks back at the window, the man is gone. Sarah tries to shake it off. Probably just some drunk guy. She goes back to mopping. But now every sound is amplified. The ice machine cycles on. She jumps. The refrigerator compressor kicks in. Her heart races. Then she hears it. A sound coming from the walk-in freezer. A rhythmic thumping. Boom, boom, boom. Like someone's kicking the door from the inside. Now Sarah's been a manager for 2 years. She knows she locked that freezer. She knows no one's inside, but the thumping continues. She grabs her phone, ready to call 911, and approaches the freezer. The thumping gets louder. Boom, boom, boom. Her hand trembles as she reaches for the handle. She yanks it open and the freezer is empty, completely empty. Boxes of frozen fries, burger patties, everything's in its place. Silent, still, but there's something wrong. The temperature gauge, it's reading 72 degrees. The freezer's been off. For hours, Sarah's trained enough to know this is a major health violation. Thousands of dollars in food ruined. But that's not what makes her blood run cold. On the floor of the freezer, in the frost that's starting to melt, there are footprints, fresh footprints, leading from the back of the freezer to the door. Size 11 work boots. And they're wet, like someone walked through puddles to get there. Sarah runs. She doesn't clock out, doesn't grab her purse. She just runs to her car and speeds away. She calls the police from the parking lot of a gas station 3 miles down the road. When the police investigate, they find the back door of the McDonald's slightly ajar. The alarm system had been disabled from the inside. And here's where it gets really disturbing. They pulled security footage at 2:51 a.m., 4 minutes after Sarah saw the man in the drive-thru. The back door opens. A figure in a yellow raincoat enters. He walks straight to the walk-in freezer, goes inside, and starts kicking the door. Then he stops, walks out, turns off the freezer, and exits through the back door. The whole time, his face is tilted down, like he knows exactly where the cameras are. They never caught him. The footprints led to a drainage ditch behind the restaurant and disappeared. Sarah quit that night and never worked fast food again. The scariest part? When police checked employee records, they found something disturbing. 3 years earlier, a previous night manager at that same McDonald's had reported an identical incident. Man in yellow raincoat, freezer door kicked from the inside. That manager also quit immediately. Whatever was in that McDonald's, it's still waiting for the next person who works alone. Story number 2 will make you reconsider ever taking your kids to McDonald's PlayPlace. This happened in suburban Michigan. 2017. Jessica is celebrating her son, Tyler's 6th birthday at McDonald's. She invites 12 kids, books the party room, gets the Happy Meal boxes. The whole deal. Tyler's having the time of his life, running through the PlayPlace tubes with his friends. About halfway through the party, Tyler comes running to Jessica. He's excited, not scared. Mom, there's another kid up in the tubes. He wants to play hide and seek. Jessica smiles. That's nice, honey. Is it one of your friends? Tyler shakes his head. No. He says his name is Ronald, like Ronald McDonald. He's really funny, Mom. He knows magic tricks. Jessica's smile fades. She walks to the PlayPlace and looks up into the tube structure. She can see the kids crawling around, laughing. But she doesn't see any additional child. She counts 12 kids. Everyone's accounted for. Tyler, sweetie, are you sure you saw another kid? Before Tyler can answer, another child, Mia, age 7, comes down the slide. Mrs. Patterson, who's that man in the tubes? Jessica's heart drops. What man, Mia? The one playing with us. He's really tall. He has to crawl funny because he doesn't fit. He said he works here. Jessica immediately calls all the children out of the PlayPlace. The McDonald's manager comes over, confused. Jessica explains what the kids are saying. The manager goes pale. Ma'am, we don't have any employees in the PlayPlace. We're not even allowed up there for liability reasons. They evacuate the entire PlayPlace area. The manager calls up into the tubes. This is the manager speaking. If anyone is in the play structure, you need to come down immediately. The police are being called. Silence. They wait. Nothing. The manager grabs a ladder and climbs up to look into the tube entrance. He shines his flashlight through the winding tunnels. Empty. Completely empty. But then Tyler tugs on Jessica's shirt. Mom, Ronald went into the ball pit. The ball pit? Of course. Jessica and the manager rush over. The multicolored plastic balls sit still. The manager starts reaching in, feeling around. Nothing. He wades into the center, pushing balls aside. That's when he screams. At the bottom of the ball pit, underneath 4 feet of plastic balls, there's a door. Not a hidden panel or a decoration. A legitimate door. With a handle, and it's open, just slightly ajar. The manager has worked at this McDonald's for 8 years. He's never seen this door before. Corporate blueprints don't show any door there. But there it is. Real as daylight, leading down into darkness. Security footage review shows something that makes everyone's skin crawl. At 2:14 p.m., while the party is in full swing, the angle that captures the PlayPlace shows a distortion. Like static, for exactly 47 seconds, the video glitches. When it clears, everything looks normal. But if you freeze frame at exactly 2:14:23, you can see it. A shadow in the tubes, impossibly long, bent at unnatural angles, and 2 glowing spots where eyes would be. The health inspector came the next day and ordered the PlayPlace closed. When contractors arrived to investigate the door in the ball pit, they found something horrifying. The door led to a crawl space, barely 3 feet high, that ran underneath the entire restaurant. Dirt floor, no lights, and scratched into the wooden support beams were words. Dozens of words, carved over and over. Happy Meal, Happy Meal, Happy Meal. They sealed the door with concrete. But here's what keeps Jessica up at night. 2 weeks after the party, Tyler woke up screaming. When Jessica ran to his room, Tyler was standing at his window, pointing. Mom, Ronald's outside. He says he wants to finish our game. Jessica looked out the window. The street was empty. But in the morning, when she walked to her car, she found something on the hood. A McDonald's Happy Meal toy. One that hadn't been in production for 15 years. Wrapped in a note written in child's handwriting. Thank you for the party. Same time next year? They moved 3 months later. Story number 3 is the one that'll stick with you. This is recent, 2022. Just outside of Columbus, Ohio. Marcus is a college student working the drive-thru overnight shift. It's a Thursday, 3:37 a.m., dead slow. He's scrolling on his phone when a car pulls up to the speaker. Welcome to McDonald's. What can I get for you tonight? Static. Then a voice. Female. Raspy. Old-sounding. Yes, I'd like a Happy Meal. Sure thing. Which toy would you like? We have no toy. I need special instructions. Marcus sighs. People make weird modifications all the time. Go ahead, ma'am. I need the meat. Very rare. Still cold in the middle. And the bun. I need it with extra salt. More salt than bread. And the drink. No ice. Just water. But it must be blessed. Marcus pauses. Ma'am, we can't serve rare meat. It's pre-cooked. And I'm not sure what you mean by blessed water. Then I'll speak to your manager. This is very important. Very specific. Red flag city. But Marcus is too tired to argue. He calls over Denise, the shift manager. She takes the headset. This is the manager. How can I help you? The voice changes. Younger now. Childlike. Hi, I'm so hungry. Please, I haven't eaten in so long. I just need a happy meal. Please? Denise softens. Of course, sweetie. Drive forward, okay? As the car approaches the window, Marcus and Denise can see it. An old sedan. Probably from the 90s. Primer gray. Windows tinted so dark they can't see inside. The car stops. The window rolls down. At first, Marcus thinks it's empty. The driver's seat looks vacant. But then something shifts in the darkness. A figure leans forward into the light. It's a woman. At least it was a woman. Her skin is gray-white, cracked, like old paper. Her eyes are milky, no pupils, and her mouth. When she smiles, her teeth are brown and filed to points. Hello, boys, she whispers. Do you have my meal? Denise steps back. Marcus fumbles. Mom, we can't serve you. Please leave the property. The woman's smile grows wider, impossibly wide. Her jaw unhinges like a snake's. But I'm so hungry, and I've been waiting so long. Don't you want to help a customer? Marcus slams the window shut and hits the panic button. The woman laughs, a sound like wind through a graveyard, and her car slowly pulls forward. But it doesn't leave. It circles around to the drive-thru again. The police arrive in 6 minutes. The car is gone, but what they find in the drive-thru lane makes the officers call for backup. In the spot where the car was idling, the asphalt is scorched, like something incredibly hot was sitting there. And in the center of the scorch mark is a Happy Meal box, perfectly placed. Marcus's hands shake as he picks it up. It's ice cold. He opens it. Inside is a burger, but the meat is raw, not pink. Raw, like it was never cooked. The bun is encrusted with salt, barely recognizable, and the drink cup is filled with water so clear it looks fake. But that's not the worst part. At the bottom of the box is a receipt from the same McDonald's, dated 23 years earlier, October 31st, 1999, and the order name, Margaret Hill. Police run the name. Margaret Hill was a local woman who died in 1999 on Halloween night in the drive-thru of this McDonald's. Carbon monoxide poisoning. She fell asleep in her car, waiting for her order, and never woke up. Security footage from that night in 2022 shows something impossible. When they zoom in on the car's license plate, it matches Margaret Hill's vehicle, the same car that was sold for scrap in 2001. Marcus quit the next morning, but 3 nights later, he's woken up by his phone. A text from an unknown number. You forgot my sauce. And every Halloween since, at exactly 3:37 a.m., Marcus's phone lights up with the same message, always from a different number, always untraceable. He's disconnected his phone, changed numbers, even moved to a different state. But every October 31st, at 3:37 a.m., his phone, whatever phone he has, receives the message. Some orders, it seems, are never complete. So there you have it. 3 McDonald's horror stories that are absolutely real and absolutely terrifying. Which one freaked you out the most? Let me know in the comments below. Was it Sarah and the man in the yellow raincoat? The secret door in the ball pit? Or Marcus and his eternal customer from beyond the grave? If you enjoyed this video, smash that like button and subscribe, because I post horror content like this every single week. Turn on notifications so you never miss an upload. And if you want more McDonald's horror stories, let me know in the comments and I'll make a part 2. Share this video with someone who works late night fast food, if you dare. And remember, the next time you're in a drive-thru at 3 a.m., maybe think twice about who or what is taking your order. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Stay safe out there.